There's a certain kind of silence you learn to carry when you grow up being ignored. Not the loud kind of trauma, but the quiet erasure of being unseen. You didn't get yelled at, you just weren't noticed. And that absence becomes a blueprint for how you see yourself. Psychologists call this an internalized neglect schema. It's the belief buried deep that you must shrink to exist. You learned early on that your needs were inconvenient, so you stopped asking. You stopped expecting. And eventually, you stopped believing you deserved to be celebrated. Now, as an adult, you apologize for taking up space. You minimize your achievements like they're burdens to others. You feel guilt when someone pays attention to you, because deep down, you still believe you're supposed to be invisible. Emotional neglect doesn't leave bruises. It leaves invisible scars that no one validates. You weren't hit. You weren't screamed at. So it must not count. Right? But the absence of harm is not the same as presence of love. You grew up emotionally self-sufficient, not by choice, but by necessity. Now you struggle to ask for help because vulnerability feels like weakness. You overfunction in relationships, giving more than you receive. Because if you're useful, maybe you're worth keeping around. You've become so good at reading rooms that you forget to check in with yourself. You know everyone else's mood, but yours is a mystery. Celebration feels foreign. Attention feels dangerous. Because the last time you took up space, no one cared. So now you dim your light before anyone else can ignore it. But here's the truth they never told you. You were never too much. You were just given too little. And you are allowed to grieve that. You're allowed to be angry that no one noticed. You're allowed to want more now. Healing doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It means learning that your presence is not a burden, that you don't need to earn the right to exist, and that being seen doesn't make you selfish. So here's my question for you. What would change if you believed you were worth noticing? If this resonated, subscribe. You're not alone in this. Next time, we'll talk about why some people can't stop people-pleasing, even when it's destroying them.